Hello Sagittarius, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here with your November 2025 mid-month general reading. We're looking at the last half of November. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. Please do subscribe and like. If you know your other sign placements, sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, any of those, watch those videos as well for additional perspective. If something about this reading or any of the readings hits home and resonates with you and you'd like to see how it plays out in your own personal life and situation, or if you like the reading style, if you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, you can email me for more information, Maggie1McGuire @gmail.com. You can click on the description below to see those contact details as well. I can usually get back to you same day. I cover all areas of life, love and romance, relationship compatibility, career, work, money, investment, 6 and 12-month overviews, different types, costs, styles, lengths. There's a little something in there for everyone, and I'm very diligent about the timely scheduling of personal readings. So if you're interested for yourself or as a gift for someone else, email me. Okay, Sagittarius. Let's see what the second half of November is bringing in for you. We have the Eight of Cups. Walking away from something unfulfilling. Either it has run its course. Excuse me, a little hoarse this morning. Either it has run its course, it's turned out differently than you thought it would. It's time to move on in a new direction. Because the next card, of course, is the Nine of Cups, which is your heart's desire. It could be a dream that is no longer for you or no longer able to be fulfilled in this situation. Next, we have the Two of Cups. Soulmates, kindred spirits, best friends, partnerships. Now, the partnership, because this is a general reading, can be romantic. It can be business, best friends. It speaks of a partnership that's a really good fit and a really good match. Next, we have the Nine of Wands. Close to completing a cycle. Achievement is down the road. There still may be one or two things to overcome and to navigate through. This card points to that last quarter mile of the race, that hardest one. When we're tired, we might be feeling discouraged. We might be wondering if we should continue, but this is always the 11th hour card. So it's about pushing through, having the strength and the resilience and the perseverance to push through this last little bit. There's this sense so far that you're on the cusp of something, but that a letting go needs to occur so that you can push through. Now, your crowning energy, overall focus for the second half of November, Sagittarius, is the Tower. So significant, profound change might cause some chaos and some upheaval. Divine timing and orchestration. Change is inevitable here with the Tower card. Whether it's perceived at the time as positive or perceived at the time as negative, it represents that the path that you're currently on or have been on is not sustainable any longer. And this is the universe's way of kind of coming in and redirecting to put us on a much, much better path. Or the path that we're meant to go forward on now. And it's kind of an inevitable thing. So it represents that something has happened, something is happening in the name of redirecting you. So let's take a look at that Tower card. We have the Knight of Wands and the Six of Wands. Victory, triumph, success, and fast action movement towards a specific goal, perhaps offers and opportunities. Now, at first glance, this may seem to be contradictory energies because the Tower often causes chaos and upheaval and destroys things because we need to move away from them. And the Six of Wands is victory, triumph, and success, right? This represents that, again, it feels like you're on the cusp of a new path. What I'm feeling is a little ways on the other side of this tower, you're going to look back and tell yourself it's the best thing that ever happened to you, right? Because it redirects you on a new path where you can have the kind of success that you want, the visibility that you want, the achievement that you want. But this change has to happen to put you on that path because the one that you're on isn't leading to it. Let's continue to peel this back. Let's take a look at the Eight of Cups, right? This is a card that represents walking away from something, someone, a situation, a relationship, a job that's no longer for you. It's simply not going to turn out to be the thing that you want anymore. It's not good for you anymore. The Two of Cups again, and the Ace of Swords. So there's a fair amount of stress or focus being placed on partnerships here, regardless of the nature of the partnership, because, you know, this is a general reading. The Ace of Swords is a truth that cuts through all illusion, lies, etc. It's a card about the truth, the perspective of the truth, the realization, the light bulb, moment, the epiphany moment, right? That something needs to be let go of, something needs to be walked away from. Now, because we can see that there's stress being placed or importance being placed on partnership in this reading, this whole situation might be about a particular partnership, regardless of the nature of it, or it might be in another area of life that has a significant impact on the relationship, like career, work, moving, relocating. So let's take a look at that Two of Cups. It's kind of like something significant has occurred. Again, this is a general reading, so the intensity may vary and what it is may vary, but the fundamental energy remains the same. Something has occurred, something significant that has occurred that has kind of caused this sort of light bulb over your head moment where you see now that something is no longer sustainable and you have to walk away from something. Two of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune and the Five of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune, like the Tower, is all about change. Change that's in the hands of the universe, God, Spirit, angels, and guides. It is inevitable, but it's always working for your greater good, even if at the moment it doesn't feel like it. The Five of Cups is grief, loss, sorrow, and regret. Obviously, something has turned out differently than what you thought it would be. In love and romance, this could be, something significant that happened in the relationship. It might be infidelity. It might be mismanagement of something else. Where it has caused sort of that light bulb moment to go off where you tell yourself, you have this close connection with this person, and the two of you came together for purposes of learning and growing and evolving, but that now it is time for that path to end, and it's time for you to go your separate ways. Conversely, also in love and romance, for some of you, It may be that some significant, difficult, challenging thing has happened within the relationship, about the relationship. But for some of you, it's an opportunity to get really honest, really open, really vulnerable with each other. And there's a chance that that in and of itself could actually take the relationship to a deeper level, kind of a newer level, a deeper level, and you move into a new phase of the relationship. Also, this could represent, that the Tower card energy, whatever it is, has happened perhaps in another area of life, career and work, or the place that you live, or in extended family or something like that. But it's something that has an effect on a partnership, the relationship, even if it's business. And again, it's a sense that you need to leave something behind in order for the partnership to be sustained. Just kind of depends on which group you fall into in a general reading. But there's definitely a sense that the thing itself that has happened, the change that has happened, is there for a reason. It's either to it's to expose a truth and to give you kind of a new perspective, and a true and honest perspective. And even if that perspective is not something that you like, at least it gives you the opportunity to make choices and decisions to create a better and healthier reality for yourself. Now we come to the Nine of Wands. Let's take a look at that. But again, I keep getting this feeling that even if you can't see it, just on the other side of this is actually something truly beautiful for you. It's like this is the Tower moment that brings the transformation that you need. You may not see it when you're in the midst of it, but again, hindsight is 20/20, as the saying goes. I'm sure all of us have been through at least one situation in life that we, at the time, really struggled with. But down the road, we look back and go, you know what? If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here. I'm so grateful for that. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. Maybe one or two final challenges left to kind of negotiate through here with this Nine of Wands. The World and the Four of Pentacles. So the World is the last major arcana card in the tarot. I mean, this is a really significant, profound reading in terms of the profundity of the change, which in a general reading represents that at least most Sagittarius will be going through some kind of change here. The World is the last major arcana card in the tarot, so it represents a significant phase of our life, a significant chapter or set of chapters in our life has come to an end, and it's time to start a whole new cycle, a brand new path, a whole new chapter. That's the ending, graduation, achievement. The Four of Pentacles is somebody who's holding on very tightly, protective, guarded. And I feel like herein is the challenge in the Nine of Wands. The number 10 would represent the cycle completion, or a cycle of a full achievement, right? So here in the Nine of Wands, we're close, but we're not quite there. It suggests that there's still, some challenge left to negotiate to get through that. And it feels like the challenge here is in letting go. Letting go of something that you've been attached to, whether it's a person, a relationship, a job, an expectation of some kind. Now, this transformation can be, mental, physical, emotional, psychological, career-wise. But what needs to occur in order for you to get through this is to let go of something which isn't working anymore. It could be an actual physical thing, like the relationship, or like the job, or like the place that you live, or it could be, an ideology, a way you have of looking at things, a perspective, or a combination of all of those things. The challenge is in the letting go, which of course is the difficult part of the cards like the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune and Death, right? It's about the fact that Spirit is coming in and saying, change is needed in your life, and we're going to, in a way, kind of force it on you, but the choice is in how we choose to deal with it, right? not letting go represents that we're, in a way, in denial of reality here, right? When we struggle against letting go of something, or we tell ourselves that we can't let go of something, what it really means is that we're still attached to the expected outcome that we wanted it to be. And it's not, but we still struggle with that. So it kind of means that there's a part of us that is in denial of the reality of something. And we must accept that something just is the way that it is, even if it really hurts, or even if it's really difficult, so that we can move away from it. We let go of the expectation of wanting it to have been different, because it simply isn't, right? So let's go with some advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. Because again, the other thing I'm getting to is that this is a breakthrough, transformational part. And the better part of it will start almost as soon as you come to that acceptance point, both in your mind and in your heart and in your physical actions as well, in terms of how you deal with it. So let's end with advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. The Tower again. The Lovers. Death. And the Six of Swords, our card of healing, which says that the worst is behind us now. And now we can start healing. But the first card out for advice is the Tower. And your crowning energy is the Tower. So Spirit here is saying the best thing that you can do for yourself, because this change is inevitable, you can't change what this change is to embrace it. Embrace it doesn't necessarily mean that we're happy about it, but embracing, I think a better word for that is acceptance, right? Acceptance that what we thought previously is no longer. And to go with it, to trust the process and let the universe kind of direct this, and keep putting one foot in front of the other. So we have the Tower twice. The reason I clarify with a separate deck is to see if we get repeating cards, so we can see where Spirit is pointing or underlining the energy. We have the Tower twice. We have the Tower twice with the Wheel of Fortune and Death. We have the Two of Cups twice with the Lovers. So there's obviously a significant and profound change that's going to occur, and that whether it's about a partnership or whether it's in another area of life, partnership is affected by this. And we're being asked to now make choices moving forward that are in alignment with our true values and true goals. And that includes choices about who we choose to involve ourselves with or not as well. Change is afoot here. And that's when, the healing begins to happen. And healing has its challenges too, particularly in the early days. You can use the analogy of physical health, right? The worst is behind you. So, you've had the surgery already. That's the biggest part of it. And now it's the healing part, the rehab part. Now, in the early days of healing, the pain or the challenge or the struggle is still kind of significant, physical, mental, emotional, right? But step by step, as you continue to move through it, it lessens and lessens and lessens and lessens until it's just the occasional twinge. But it must begin with the acceptance of the change, with the acceptance of what has to be, even if you can't see exactly how it's going to be on the other side of it. A much, much, much better path for you. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. That was kind of an intense read, Sagittarius. Now, for those of you for whom this resonated, hit home, and made sense, I hope it was helpful and gave you some food for thought. If it did, and you'd like to see how it plays out, or what to do perhaps in your own personal life and situation, you just like the reading style, again, if you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, you can email me for more information, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can click on the description below for those contact details as well. I would love to hear from you. I'd be delighted to work with you. Now, for those of you who will be celebrating Thanksgiving during this time period, I hope you have a wonderful, safe, peaceful holiday. I will see you all shortly. Be safe, be well, many blessings to you, and I hope to see you back here again quite soon. Bye-bye.